Hello friends, over the next 10 minutes or so, I will attempt to explain why the truth about an issue lying dormant for 50 years still matters. But before I supply an explanation that one hopes will go some way in answering that question, let's look at how a little uninhabited island in the middle of the Pork Straits, separating the southernmost tip of India, Rameswaram, from the northernmost point of Sri Lanka in its Jaffna Peninsula, made the headlines. Now you can see some images, and that gives you an idea of where this island is situated. A few weeks ago, Indian fishermen from Rameswaram, especially boat owners, announced that they will boycott the annual festival at St. Anthony's Shrine in the Katchatheevu Island. The boycott was called after a Sri Lankan court imprisoned 3 fishermen, including 2 boat drivers, all Indians, on charges of poaching in their territorial waters. Many Indian fishermen routinely fall into the Lankan net because in 1974 and 1976, the Indira Gandhi government not only ceded the island of Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka, but also gave up fishing rights that extended to Indian fishers. Over the years, dwindling fish stocks, however, routinely forced Indian fishers to transgress the waters around Katchatheevu. Lankan patrol boats exercise their legal rights and detain Indian fishers. This has been going on for decades and is an emotive live issue in Tamil Nadu, especially when Indian fishers are detained and quite often brutalized by Lankan naval forces. As the news of the protests spread, DMK and Congress that are part of the ruling alliance in Tamil Nadu began questioning the alleged lassitude of the Modi government. They claimed that New Delhi was not exerting pressure on Colombo to release the detained Indian fishers. Now in election season, insinuations against the Modi-led government was having the effect of damaging the BJP's outreach in the state, especially in the southernmost quarter of the state, where the BJP has actually made some inroads with the electorate. Of course, viewers, the BJP is trying desperately to establish a foothold in Tamil Nadu, and it sees this election as perhaps giving it the most promising opportunity to do so. Naturally, the BJP, keen to expose the Congress and DMK's rhetoric, State President K. Annamalai filed an RTI application seeking answers from the Ministry of External Affairs on this entire Katchatheevu issue. In his application, Annamalai sought the release of the discussions that took place more than 50 years ago that shaped India's decision to give up its claim on Katchatheevu Island. The reports that appeared in the public domain citing the official documents released by the Ministry of External Affairs go into minute details of how the decision was arrived at and who were the main players. In short, the documents established that Prime Minister Nehru from the early 1960s was not in favor of holding on to Katchatheevu Island. He didn't consider it significant enough. The Lankans had been pressing for it ever since a few decades before independence. A British Indian delegation had opposed a survey that had placed the island in Colombo's sphere of influence. In 1974, when Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister, the two governments, that is the Indian government and the Lankan government, signed an agreement by which the island was given to Sri Lanka. Indian fishermen under the agreement could only dry their fishing nets, use the islet for rest or an emergency halt if the weather suddenly turned truant, and to attend the annual St. Anthony's festival. But according to the documents released by the MEA, the decision by the Indira Gandhi government was taken in consultation. This is very significant, my friends. In consultation with DMK Supremo and then Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi. At least the discussions that led to India giving up its claims in 1974 on Katchatheevu. The Indira Gandhi government felt that the agreement would help boost goodwill for India in Lanka and serve to deepen ties at a time when the Chinese had begun to make inroads into Sri Lanka. Following a news report based on the documents obtained by BJP State Chief K. Annamalai through an RTI application, and I just told you, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the Congress, and I quote him, callously gave away, unquote, the island to Sri Lanka in 1974, and that the DMK court has done nothing to safeguard Tamil Nadu's interest, unquote. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that both parties, quote, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it, unquote. With the issue becoming grist in the BJP's hands, the Congress and the DMK began accusing the Saffron Party of importing sensitive diplomatic issues into a surcharged electoral arena to reap poll dividends. The BJP says all it is doing is to set the record straight so that the people know who really betrayed Tamil interests on this vital question of Katchatheevu. The Congress and the DMK have hit back at the BJP saying if they're so concerned about Tamil Nadu's territorial rights, then why don't they take back Katchatheevu? This, of course, is a long shot. Foreign policy experts will tell you that international agreements, however unjust they may be, have sanctity and they cannot be rejected, undermined by successor governments. We've seen this world over, viewers. And when agreements that have been arrived at after painstaking diplomatics are ripped up, then bad blood ensues between two countries. And if India therefore abrogates the agreement unilaterally, its image will suffer. Not only internationally, it will give China perhaps the upper hand psychologically with Colombo, and of course, it will push Colombo into an area where its suspicions of Big Brother India will deepen, and perhaps it will gravitate more towards Beijing. This, of course, is inadvisable. The best possible solution, say foreign policy experts, is to get the island of Katchatheevu and the adjoining seas on lease in perpetuity. While the political parties pose questions to each other, perhaps it is worth asking if we are posing the wrong questions on the Katchatheevu disclosures. In all honesty, the issue will have a minimal bearing on the outcome of the 2024 Lok Sabha election in Tamil Nadu. The elections won't be won or lost on the alleged omissions of the Congress DMK on an issue that dates back to 1974. The voter, at least at this very advanced moment in the poll campaign, is unlikely to reorient towards the BJP for exposing that Indira Gandhi colluded with DMK Supremo and Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi to, quote, gift, unquote, the Katchatheevu Island to Sri Lanka at cost to Tamil Nadu. Nonetheless, the revelations around Katchatheevu are important. And now let me tell you, viewers, why, in my opinion, this story makes a difference, even though it has broken 50 years after the event. The disclosures should be welcome because they serve a greater, more beneficent purpose. The disclosures make it very difficult from here on for the DMK to claim that it is the sole guardian of Tamil Nadu's interests. For decades now, since 1974, at least 2 generations of voters in Tamil Nadu have been told that the centre gave away this strategic island in the Pork Straits unilaterally. They were told that the central government under the Indira Gandhi did this because politicians in the north have a callous disregard for Tamil Nadu's sentiments, or for that matter, the interests of anyone south of the Vindhyas. The DMK has thrived by perpetuating this north-south rift myth for decades altogether, even though it secretly acquiesced in the decision. At least that's what the official record shows. In July 1974, DMK MP Ira Serian, for instance, fumed at Indira Gandhi for hiding the Island Pact from Tamil Nadu, for betraying Tamil sovereignty and identity. This obviously is a lie, it's hypocritical. Even today, for instance, when fisher folk are arrested and brutalized by the Lankan Navy for drifting too close to Katchatheevu in search of depleting fish stocks, the DMK curses the centre for cheating the people of the South, for depriving poor fishers of a right to a decent living by restricting their access to waters that are rightfully theirs. But now it turns out that the DMK's own founder, M. Karunanidhi, had acquiesced in this decision, albeit secretly. In fact, a record of the discussions between Indira Gandhi-led Congress government at the centre and M. Karunanidhi-led Tamil Nadu state government in 1974 shows that the DMK Supremo may have got to know of the prospective agreement with Lanka ahead of many in even the union government. Now, with the DMK's first family having been exposed as co-conspirators, if you like, in the decision to give up India's claims over Katchatheevu, the party's fulminations, its attacks at the centre come across as severely hypocritical. Some might even use the more unforgiving term lies. Ironically, it is the BJP which has often been accused of being a Hindu upper caste Hindi belt party, an interloper in Tamil Nadu politics that can take credit for unmasking the DMK before the Tamil Nadu public. By placing never before seen government documents in the court of public opinion, the BJP has left the DMK with no leg to stand on. The historical record simply can't be disputed. But watch this space to find out how these disclosures shape the response of Tamil voters to the BJP and the DMK in the long term. And it is for this reason that busts this myth of the North-South divide, that the North somehow is not concerned with the interests of the South. That thesis today lies buried because of this disclosure. Thank you for watching.